Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Casey. I'm the kind of person who notices outfits in the background of a scene. The quiet coat choices in a K-drama, the perfectly oversized hoodie in an airport clip, the way an idol can wear something as simple as a white tee and jeans, and somehow it still looks styled. I'm also a silent BTS army. So yes, I've paused more than a few videos just to figure out what made a look feel so clean. In the last video, we talked about Japanese fashion, and it made me realize something. When you start paying attention to how a place dresses, you start seeing that style is never only style. It's history, environment, and culture showing up in fabric, proportion, and silhouette. So today, I want to talk about Korean fashion. The thing that kept standing out to me was how intentional Korean styling feels. A look doesn't need to be complicated to feel complete. The proportions are clean, the layering looks effortless, and the colors feel carefully chosen. And at some point, I stopped only collecting references. I started asking what shaped that consistency and why it adapts so well across different aesthetics. To understand modern Korean fashion, it helps to start with traditional clothing, especially hanbok. Hanbok is often explained as Korea's traditional dress, but what matters more is what it teaches visually: shape, movement, and elegance through silhouette. It isn't built around tight fit, it's built around line, volume, and balance. The beauty comes from the overall form, the way fabric creates presence when you walk. Even if most people in Korea don't wear hanbok day to day anymore, that silhouette thinking still echoes. You can feel it in the way modern Korean outfits often give the body space. Wide pants, longer coats, relaxed tops that still look clean. There's an understanding that looking put together doesn't require squeezing into a shape. It requires choosing a shape. As Korea modernized, everyday dressing shifted more and more into Western silhouettes, and hanbok became more tied to ceremonies and tradition. That shift mattered because it created the modern baseline wardrobe, but it did not erase the older visual instincts. It just changed the canvas. Western basics became the everyday foundation, and Korean taste evolved on top of it, with a strong emphasis on proportion, neatness, and how the outfit reads at a glance. Then there's the city itself. Seoul moves fast, and fashion becomes part of navigating modern life. Not because everyone is trying to be trendy, but because presentation is treated as a form of respect. That's one reason Korean style often feels curated, even when it's casual. K-pop and K-dramas don't just export music and stories. They export styling, mood, and character identity. A drama wardrobe can turn a bag into an obsession overnight. An airport outfit can revive a silhouette. A music video can make a color palette feel current again. That's why Korean fashion trends can feel so immediate. You're not only seeing clothing, you're seeing a look attached to a feeling, a scene, a personality. First is proportion control. Korean outfits are extremely good at balancing volume. If the pants are wide, the top is often cropped, tucked, or structured. If the top is oversized, the base is clean and simple. This is why even relaxed outfits don't look sloppy. The volume is guided. Second is layering that stays sharp. It's rarely random layering. It's layering that creates structure. A blazer over a tee, a long coat over relaxed knitwear, a shirt collar peeking out under a sweater, a scarf that looks like a finishing detail instead of a backup plan. The layers are doing a job. Third is palette discipline. Black, gray, cream, navy, denim, soft browns. Then one accent appears if needed. This makes outfits feel cohesive quickly, and it photographs well. Fourth is the final frame. Shoes that match the mood, accessories that feel chosen, hair that looks intentional. The outfit is styled with the full look in mind. One thing I love about Korean fashion is that it isn't only a mood online, it's something you can actually shop and build into your own wardrobe. There are brands and pieces that have already made it into international markets, and they give a clearer picture of what Korean style looks like in real life. A brand like Low Classic is often mentioned in international fashion coverage as a Korean label that does elevated minimalism well. The pieces feel clean and wearable, but there's always something in the cut that makes it feel designed. This is the type of brand that makes basics look expensive without relying on logos. The feeling is quiet but intentional. Then you have brands that sit in a very modern, fashion-forward, womenswear lane, where the styling feels sharp and editorial, but still grounded in real outfits. Kim is one of those names that pops up internationally because it has a strong identity. There's often a balance of classic structure with a twist, which is very Korean fashion in spirit. You can see how Korean designers often respect tailoring and clean lines, but they aren't afraid to inject personality. Another label that gets talked about a lot in the modern Korean women's wear conversation is Push Button. It's more playful and bold, but still very styled. The pieces often feel like they're designed with the final look in mind, not just the garment on a hanger. Furthermore, if there's one Korean accessory brand that became globally iconic, it's Gentle Monster. They took eyewear and turned it into a statement category, and they understand that people don't only want sunglasses, they want a vibe. That's why Gentle Monster feels so present in celebrity styling and global fashion conversations. If you want something more accessible and everyday Korean, there's also Top 10, which is a Korean clothing brand that's expanded regionally. It's not usually positioned as high fashion streetwear, but it matters because it represents the Korean everyday wardrobe lane. The common thread through all of this is pretty simple. Korean fashion feels polished because it's built on silhouette awareness, clean finishing, and a strong sense of presentation. Traditional clothing culture leaves a legacy of shape and movement. Modern urban life rewards outfits that look intentional quickly. Pop culture accelerates trends, but the best Korean style still feels wearable because it stays grounded in proportion, layering, and a controlled palette. And if you want a practical takeaway you can actually use without changing your whole wardrobe, try this Korean style formula. Start with a clean base. Choose one strong silhouette, either wide pants or a structured outer layer. Add one layer that creates shape. Finish with one detail that looks deliberate, like a sleek shoe, a sharp bag, or sunglasses that give the outfit a point of view. What's a Korean brand piece you love, or one you're hoping to get someday? I'd love to hear in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.